Okay, I wanted to make a video. I keep on watching this creator on TikTok, Mustard Seed Hannah, and I keep on being inspired by her. And there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about for reasons, but I'm gonna. I want to make a video about kind of this lie that girls are told, where we're told that our body or our attractiveness is like the way to upward mobility, like social upward mobility. Like it's gonna get you rich, it's gonna get you status. Like it's such a lie and it's so harmful. And I've seen it. Trust. I barely even know where to start. My sister told me to write down talking points, but I'm really bad at that. Like I just like going off the cuff. And don't sell your body to make money or clout or to get a guy. And also don't date a guy for money. And also don't chase more money. Like it's a fucking trap. It's a fucking trap. Okay. Hey, here's some hard truths that people have to accept, and I didn't know these, and I was very naive. Um, but now I know them. Okay, first of all, if you're poor and you want to be rich, um, you can't. Like, you're not gonna ever be respected by the upper class. Like, maybe you can have some weird, tacit agreement with a guy who's wealthy where you use him for his money and he uses you for your looks. But people who are upper class are socialized a certain way, and they have genuine, and I'm using a strong word on purpose, contempt, disdain for people who aren't socialized that way. And guess what? You're one of those people. So yeah, they might use you for your body, but it's never gonna be like, oh, cool, I'm upper class. Also, you don't want to be upper class because those are not good people. They can be very civilized, they can be very charming. Again, they're socialized in a very specific way. You're not going to get someone, you're going to get a lot of politeness from them, right? They're going to be very proper with you, but because they have put all those high standards on themselves, they put it on other people too, and they have a genuine and disturbing, I'm disturbed by it, lack of actual empathy for people. Like they don't actually have understanding for people, especially people who don't get it right, who are just human. Like humans, we're messy, we project, we react wrongly to things. Like we all do that 10 million times a day. And as we mess up and make mistakes and are human and are vulnerable, normal people learn to have empathy and understanding for other people doing that, right? Rich people are not like that. They're not going throughout the day making mistakes. They're actually testing other people and trying to see other people make mistakes because it reinforces their worldview that rich people are better. So while other people are being kind of imperfect and learning empathy, they're being perfect, but they're learning contempt. Okay, so you don't want to be like the upper class people. There's something seriously wrong with them. And okay, they also think that all attractive women are gold diggers. So you're not like just talking to this guy who, and like he doesn't have any like assumptions about you. They have assumptions about poor people. Then they're not good. I kind of want to preface this video by saying like what I'm talking about is conditioning. So it's like, are some people maybe strong-minded enough to not believe the conditioning, or some people like very independent thinkers and can see people of lower like financial status as equals. I'm not saying there's no one like that out there, but I'm talking about social conditioning because girls should have a right to know that this is how they're conditioned. So, like, the guy you're talking to, he's not being like, oh, you're not getting an open chance. You're gonna be seen as a gold digger. And again, this is just conditioning. I'm not gonna talk about it for every single person, but this has been my overwhelming experience when I was a waitress living in New York. Um, Also, it's not worth it. Okay, like selling your like you don't want to again like I'm just telling you like you don't want to have sex with these kind of gross guys who have a low opinion of you. Like seriously, like believe in love or believe in yourself, believe in your own independence enough to not settle for this relationship where even if you do marry the guy, even if you do get the guy, he's seeing you as a gold digger this whole time. And you don't need the lifestyle. Like, you don't need the brand names. You don't need any of that. You're told to need that. Like, seriously, we sell ourselves into like prostitution because we're told, well, we're like programmed. I'm talking about programming and how people are viewed. Like, we're viewed to think that we're programmed to think, hey, we need these lifestyles, we need this, whether it's traveling or wearing certain brands or having a certain house, we need this. The upper class is told these people are just money hungry, they're just using you for your money. And then it's like a terrible convergence where it reinforces itself. But you really get the short end of the stick. Like, seriously, like, don't do it. Don't do it. When you see these like OnlyFans girls who have these like expensive cars, like who cares? You don't need that. You don't need that. Like seriously, you really don't. And like you don't need honestly like this is kind of like shock. This is kind of like a newsflash to people. Like your looks aren't gonna last forever. So you might think like, oh yeah, I have the looks. He has the money. Like we both have power in this relationship. No, you don't. Because guess what? Your looks are not gonna last you forever. So while other people are finding people in their income bracket and marrying for love, you are putting all your money onto a resource that's gonna expire. And you're putting your livelihood into someone else's hands. A guy can go without a hot girl. Can you go without being fed? Do you want to put all your financial stability into someone else's hands? I promise you, it's easier for a guy to find a hot girl than it is for a girl to find a rich man. Like it's not equal, and also like there's just so much baggage with like they're so on edge about people using them for their money. Honestly, like people should just date a I know this isn't like an interesting video because I'm not like articulating myself well, but these are just my thoughts. Like people should just date within the same looks bracket and within the same income bracket because then it's just something you have in common instead of something that you're being used for. Does that make sense? Like I think it makes sense. Like if a rich guy dates a rich girl, he doesn't have to worry about being used for money. If a hot girl dates a hot guy, they're just two people who are like attracted to each other. But when you put like huge power differences in relationships, like it's not healthy. And then you have like over dependence, like codependency, or like maybe it makes you feel insecure, so you try to bring the other person down. Like our brains can only handle someone who's so different from us. Like seriously, and that's why you hear like hot girls like trying to date ugly guys and then the ugly guy like cheats on her. Like oh my god, like one time I had this guy and I when I was younger I didn't realize like why people were being the way they were to me. Like I didn't get that people like felt like insecure on me. And I know I don't look that good now, but I have credentials as a former hot person. And like just like out of nowhere, he was just like, "I'm so much better looking than you." Like that's what happens when people feel insecure. They try to bring other people down. And I'm sorry, like again, I'm not talking about every single person. If you feel like you're an exception, good. I'm happy for you. It's just hard. It's just not. It's just so hard to overcome those and have a norm to overcome those differences to have and to have a normal relationship where you're getting the things you want. And it's like seriously, like just look at those like cute couples on TikTok who are like evenly matched with each other, where they're both maybe not the richest people ever, maybe not the best looking people ever, but they have each other and they're happy. Like you can have that. That should be the relationship you want. You've been like brainwashed to think that like your worth and your dignity are are like a fair trade for having more money. And I'm not saying this with judgment. Like I have been on sugar daddy websites. I have been like a huge like slut like in college. And I'm just saying that in the sense where like I slept with a lot of people. I have I literally thought I was gonna be a prostitute. Like I literally met up with a pimp and thought I was gonna be a prostitute because I grew up with really bad self esteem and like then I lost weight and I was like, oh, this is what I have to offer. This is it. Like my looks, like my body, like that's it. And that is such a that is such a lie. And seriously, like you have so much more to offer, but there are also so many people who just see you as a body. And I think girls get kind of confused because I think as girls, if we want to sleep with a man, we like naturally like kind of like think highly of him, even if it's just a tiny bit. Like even if we know he's a jerk, like there's a part of us that like likes a guy that we're sleeping with. Like I really think that's true. And that is not true for guys. Like guys can totally like sleep with you and have like the lowest opinion of you ever. Like it's not it doesn't cause dissonance in their brain the way that it does for girls. So girls be aware of that. Like please, like it's so bad. And I have like so many like stories of like me just like honestly like innocently going on dates and like totally guys would say something and I was like, oh my god, they think I'm like a huge gold digger. Like it's just how it is. And again, it's like people, what they value in themselves is how they think others value them. So if you're dating a guy, and this is all of New York, by the way, and he's like all about his money, like flexing his money, like always working, always trying to make more money, he's gonna think that girls value him for his money. That's just a fact. It's the same thing with girls who spend all their time trying to look good and only value themselves for their looks. They're just gonna think that guys are using them for their looks because that's how they value themselves. So just find someone like normal and balanced and not super ambitious. Unless you have that in common. Like if you're honestly like successful and like after your own money and you're like, I'm only attracted to guys who are successful and after their money. And you guys both have that power where you both just love making money. Like fine, find someone with that in common. But I'm telling you, like, just like being like, oh, I just want to be like, or okay, honestly, but just like trying to find a guy who just like wants to give you like the easy life, like, it's not worth it. And I'm not talking about you like just like falling for a guy and like he happens to make enough money where you can live comfortably. That happens, but all of this like of those like share seven women who are like find a guy where you're just like looking for a guy who can pay you and you don't like value whether or not you actually like him as a person. Like it's so shitty and it's just not what you deserve and you are turning yourself into like a prostitute. You can be a prostitute for all your life. Like you can find some guy who's going to disrespect you all of his life because you both know that you're only after his money. And that can be your shitty marriage, and you can have nice clothes. But you should want more for yourself, right? Like, come on. Like, please. Like, honestly, like, I was thinking about this because I've just, like, been through so much and I've had to process everything. I would rather, like, all things being equal. First of all, I'm just gonna stay single because guys just, like, gross me out now. And I've become so aware of like the fact that I'm gonna age and that like I'm gonna lose my looks. And now when I see guys being like extra, I know I'm not that pretty, but I still am pretty enough to get like attention from guys. Now when I see guys like give me extra attention because of how I look, like I used to live for that. I'm just like, this is so meaningless. Like you're treating me better because of the way I look, and this like random person next to me is gonna get not as much attention because they don't look a certain way. Like this is just like it could not be more meaningless. Like so for right now, I'm staying single, but I would rather just date a guy who's just like normal and just makes a normal amount of money because like I just don't want the baggage of being seen as a gold digger. I just don't. I just don't want that. Like I don't know. So don't do that. Um, Honestly, just stop chasing more money. Like that's like this video doesn't make sense unless like you walk away feeling that way because if you want more money, like there's only so many more ways to get that. But I'm telling you guys, like rich people are not better or happier than people who just live normal lives. And you don't want to sell yourself out every day to have more money. And it's such a lie. It's such like your beauty is like if God made you beautiful, God made you beautiful. I'm not talking about that like everyone is beautiful thing. That's like its own thing. I think everyone has the potential to be beautiful to certain people. Like everyone can be seen as beautiful by certain people, but there are some people who are like objectively just like beautiful people, like God made them to have beautiful faces, then that's a gift. And you can just love that about yourself and embrace that about yourself. But when you turn that into, I'm beautiful and now I'm gonna get this guy, and this guy is gonna give me like social, like a better social class or a better financial status, like you're just like cheapening yourself and you're making yourself like a slave to this guy. Like now your whole social and financial world are embedded into this guy. And quite frankly, like again, beauty doesn't last forever. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm not gonna try to make this video well articulated. Like I'm just talking because like literally like half my of my TikTok for you page. Like if I just like listened to my TikTok for you page, I would just be like a huge NBA hoe. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm pretty sure it is. Like women who just get like passed around by NBA players, because it's either like sometimes there's Jesus stuff, and then it's like basketball, which I like basketball, but it's like another world where it's like all the stuff that I'm talking about is really like promoted and like accepted. And then it's like OnlyFans girls. Or girls who I'm pretty sure are yacht girls. Like but that's what I'm saying, like that's the programming we get like as women. As like a young attractive woman, you've been made to feel your whole life like your worth is in your looks, and it's not true. And you get to decide your own worth. And honestly, like if you're seeing this video, like find a relationship with God. Like he's really why I can feel like I have my own self worth, just completely separate from how people react to me, because it's just bullshit. Like you have the people who don't like you because you're pretty, which is bullshit. You have the people who act like they like you more because you're pretty, which is bullshit. You have the people who think you're a gold digger because you're pretty, which should be bullshit. Don't be a gold digger. But yeah, you have all this stuff put on you, and it's just like you can reject all of it. Like I'm walking away from it. Like I'm not gonna like I don't know. Like God is real, and if you trust in God to provide for you, you can let go of some of that fear where you feel like you need a man to provide for you. Like honestly, like part of the reason why I kind of like didn't get into gold digging or sex work that much is because while I was in New York, I really believed in manifesting, and I was like convinced I was about to like manifest being a billionaire. And I would look around at like people who were like millionaires, and I'd be like, only a millionaire. Like I'm gonna be a billionaire. Which, by the way, is not real. Manifesting is not real. Like it doesn't work. But I had this mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna make it for myself. And again, I can't give you this video and also give you like, don't go to a man for money, do this for money instead. Like I don't know how to make money. I'm poor. I'm probably gonna be poor for all my life. But like I can say like put faith in the God who provides for you. Like even though I've been poor, like there's like days when I haven't eaten, like I've still always had enough. And people be like, yeah, well this, and this. Like I know that's really because God is looking out for me. So like seriously, like all this stuff, like people are gonna try to get you to like look to guys for validation. No, don't do that. That's retarded. Look to God for validation. Look to guys to provide for you. No. I'm sorry, but no, like I see like it's not if these guys who you think are gonna provide for you were like really like respectful and like really loved you and just like wanted to provide for you. That'd be one thing, but that's not the truth. And I see all of these like things where it's like men are natural like providers, like they want to provide for you. No, that's not true because guys are resentful as fuck for having to do it. Like if they feel like they have to do it, like they are resentful. They're resentful of people of feeling like they're being used for their money. Even if they do it, like even if they do like sleep with the girl and they're their sugar daddy, like low key, like they're resentful. Like I've seen it. So don't go to a guy who's just gonna resent you and not respect you for money. Like trust in God to provide for you. And yeah, there's a lot of programming in this world, and a lot of it is designed to get people to have sex. Like this world is obsessed with sex. And if you're like an attractive woman, like everyone's trying to push you to have sex. But you don't need to. Not for money, not for nothing. Like you can just be content with what God gives you, honestly. So yeah, that was a long video, and I know like I'm not the best speaker. I'm not like engaging like all these YouTubers are. But I have to get it off my chest because I see so many like really beautiful women who I can just tell by the way they're like moving and acting that they're just like trying to be attractive to as many guys as possible. And I just like want more for them than that. And I want them to like, because I didn't know, again, like I was naive too. I thought that like, like I would marry a guy and we'd be in love and he'd have more money and like, but there'd still be all this like love and respect there. And that's really not the reality for a lot of people. Like even if they do find a guy who's wealthy, it comes at a cost, it comes at a price. And it's not a price that's worth paying. So I just wanted to be another voice who's kind of like talking against like sex work or all of those like sprinkle people. So yeah.